Hello everybody, this is Havin on Masi. You probably already know this, but I've been playing a lot lately of the Kerbal Space program and recording it, so I thought, hey, why not do something a little more casual, a little more relaxed, not so many tutorial, not so many, things we got to do. So we're gonna create a new game. I'm gonna name it new game, because it is the most original thing I can think of right now. I got some ideas for how to play with Kethane. I had this mod installed for quite a while, but I haven't really done much with it. I went to Moon, I found some Kethane, I mined it, and it was fun, but it wasn't very practical the way I was doing it. But now with the Rovers, I think I got the idea for a new Kethane refinery to build on Minmus. Alright, so we're going to start with just a miner, which we're going to make as a Rover. It's going to be a mobile mining rig. So all we do basically is we just need a vehicle that's going to hold a lot of Kethane. Of Kethamphetamine, alright? So, start with just simple structure. We want it to be wide so that it will be very easy to control. Because if I just throw wheels on the center body like this, then it would bounce, it would just roll over. We want it to be very stable because it is going to be flying in very low gravities, so it will have to keep itself straight up and it will have to keep itself from falling apart. So I forgot to turn symmetry on, but that's no big deal. So real basic design, that's not how I want to do that. We need more Kethane. Lots more Kethane. So let's go ahead and how do we want to do this? Alright, now we got 3 times the Kethane. Look nice. I don't know if this actually attach here. Does not really look like it is necessarily, but it looks nice, right? That's all that really matters. So now let's throw some of those wheels on here. I like the big wheels. They are not very strong, but we're not going to be going very fast, because this is mostly going to be stationary miner, so it's only going to roll around to go between the refinery and mine site, which might be pretty close to each other if we do this the right way. So now we've got lots of Kethane storage, we need lots of other things. So first we need the actual miners. Let's get these out of the way. It is often kind of hard to get these things to lock on right. It wants to keep flipping and tripping around. And this is one of most frustrating parts of rocket design in KSP, but it is very satisfying when you find a solution. Sometimes you just click off, click back on. Right there. So if we can get it to stick anywhere, there we go. Usually once you get it back, then it is much better. So now it shows green wherever we put it, so it is much better. Sometimes very bad with spatial relationship. Alright, so okay, we need these to point mostly down, so that the miner will actually go into the ground. Okay, when in doubt, click like crazy. Alright, so there we got 6 miners. Does it say how much they mine at one time? 1.25 liters per second, okay? And we've got... how many liters go into one of those things? Okay. 1000 liters times 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. And what did we say that thing mines? To get 9,000. 1.25 liters. So, to do 1000 liters would take 100 seconds, 1000 seconds. So 15 minutes for 1000, so times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll need a couple more miners, okay. I don't know if you're following around with math, I wasn't doing it in my head. But we need more miners. So we go ahead, make sure our symmetry is on, so we're always placing 2. Okay, they look kind of funny, but they are placed correct, so... Now what we need is some power for these things. How much power do they use? Okay, they use 8 a second, okay? So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that means we need times 10 that, we need 80 powers a second. So this one generates 18, so we need like 4 of them, 5 of them, to make 80 a second. So we're gonna put a lot more than that though, because we want to be able to mine forever, right? So we're just gonna put the whole lot of them. Okay, keep alt clicking the wrong thing, but that is no big deal, we just delete these clones we have made. Okay, now we have 9, okay, which is way more than we said we needed, but we're also going to make some more kind of power. We're going to use these photovoltaic panels. And we'll do that so that we can drive around, we'll still have power, without having to inflate our solar cells, because if we're driving around too fast, or if we're on a planet with any kind of atmosphere, they are all going to whip off as we are driving. We will probably see this sometime in the testing phase, because that is how I did it first time. I flew around and then all my solar panel come off. So that looks like pretty practical design. What else we need is docking clamp, doku clamp, so that we can affix to our refinery, right? Because we're not going to process the Kethane on this machine, it is just going to mine it. So it's going to take it, it's going to pick it up from the ground, okay, off of the ground, and then it's going to put it in something else. Sometimes finding placement is tricky. Okay, so now we got 5 dockle clamp. I probably don't need that much, but better too many than not enough. What else we also need is for a detector. We're going to be driving around pretty slow, all things considered. It is not going to be a spatial unit scanning lots of area lots of time, so we don't need this powerful one, we can just get by with the little one. Okay, also good to have probably, let's put a battery on this thing so that it can store some energy in case we do not have quite enough power. Take care of that. You know what, let's put another one on back end so we have lots of power. We'll store lots of energy. Alright, looking good. Now that we have all of that, we'll set up our part groups. So we want to hit the 1 button to make all the driller's arms come out. We use toggle, not on or off, so we can use SAM button for toggle. Excuse me. Click them all. If they are part of the same symmetry group, you should only have to click once, but sometimes, you know, it is funny, especially if you take things off, put things back on. So we make sure everything is on group. We go to group number 2 for power making. It is making all the power on group number 2. We just hit toggle again so we can open close at will. We will not have solar panel open while we drive. This will be a rule in safety manuals that I have not yet written, but will write with your help, I am sure. These are all good. Okay, so now that we have basic design, let us give it a clever name. Alright, we'll call it, let's see, it is Minecraft, it is gonna fly on another planet, it is getting Kethane. What names do these come from you? We will call it the suck-most, okay, because it sucks the most. We're going to save it, we're going to launch, and we're going to see how it handles. Alright. Great thing about this, okay, we need some support strut, so we learned that right away. We know that that does not attach like it says it does. So what we will do there probably is, well, pretty much nothing. We'll just throw some struts on there. But the nice thing about these Rover wheels is they are all electric, so we can get power from the sun. We don't have to worry about fuel. Previous Rover used fuel, so it was not very efficient. I guess we'll drive around a little bit. It seems to handle pretty well, even with the back end dropping off. Okay, pretty fast and stable. Let's see if it can stop from full speed and not fall apart. Oh, okay. Just barely not. Hopefully it will be okay on planet where there is not as much gravity pulling it down. But that will be next phase for testing phase. Maybe we'll take it to the moon first and test it out. Okay, so now we made sure that we can start and stop okay. We can go up and down small hill. Let's check out our parts groups, make sure that all miners are facing the right way and can touch the ground. Okay, they look pretty good. Hopefully these are down enough. So we lift them back up and check out solar panel array. Okay, looks like they are all okay. Okay, except some of the panels are blocking other ones. So we might, on foreign planet, have to maneuver things so that we can point in the direction we want. Alright. It looks like right there we're all in direct sunlight. Now if you want to see what happens when we drive, when solar panels are out, check this out real quick. We'll break this thing. First of all, it accelerates a lot slower because we have giant sail dragging us down, and then everything fall apart. So that's why we not do that. Stop this thing. Reverse does not work very well for stop. I think it will handle a little bit better once we get struts in there. So, test flight over, end flight, go to the spaceplan hangar. And all we really need to do right now that we saw was put struts on it. And then it is good to go. We have built Space and Mining Kethane Rover. I did not turn symmetry on, so we will do this again. Basically, we are just reinforcing, right? I don't like that that is on solar panel. Let's move that up a little bit. Okay, should be very stable right now. Okay, because it doesn't take much strut to make stable. So let's save this. Now we need to get it into space somehow. And that is going to be tricky part. So, we head back out of here. We're going to go to our file manager, to our save game, new game, ships, into our spaha. We're going to edit this. Suck master R, that looks like an inappropriate thing. But anyway, we're going to edit. Then we're going to change this spaha to web. And we are going to save. And we are going to move it with copy paste to the web. Okay, then we go back into the game. We're going to the web. And we can open it up right there. It will be right under S for suckmost. Okay, now we got to figure out how to get this thing into space, right? We cannot just fly it like this. It's got to be upright, which it does automatically because it's VAB. Let's go ahead and we'll build the launcher. We wanted the Kerbal guy to start in the launcher, not the rover, because it's going to be a more practical sense. So we take this and we set it up somewhere that it does not want to go. I think a lot of problem is it is not on launchpad. Does not want to get on launchpad. So what we have to do is use debug console cheat panel. Allow event clipping, and then I can put it wherever I want. And now I can move it back the center of this launchpad. Give or take. Okay, it is at center of launchpad. So we go ahead and we put it up kind of high because it's going to be tall rocket. And it looks like we took the battery off with it. That is not a big deal. But we really don't need it on this end. So, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to put control system access. It is our favorite. Then we're going to need engine part. This will be our main engine that we will use to land on moon. It's gonna have lots of fuel because this is probably going to be very heavy. I'm going to get rid of debug menu real quick. Alright. Let's throw a mainsail engine on it. Now we need to figure out how to attach this to this. I'm going to put new control pod on it. So let's pick this up. And it wants to just fly onto the side. Oh yeah, because we have clipping still on. Let's get rid of clipping so we can not have to worry about actually clipping anything, right? Okay. Okay, so it doesn't really want to attach to anywhere. How about if we put the docking clamp on it? How about that? So let's take our utility docking clamp, throw one right there. Can we... Okay, does not want to connect. It thinks it wants to connect. Except that it does not. How do you think we can get on this thing? Can we get to connect? So like Xbox Connect? There we go. Okay. So we got the clamp, but that is connect the wrong way. Because we want to connect on the back end, right? Okay. Okay, we improvise a little bit. Like that, okay. And now it thinks that is back of craft. So we just need to improvise a little bit. Put that thing there, take this off. Actually, looks like that was so. That's why we have battery on both ends. So let's take that off, put the battery over here. Do some Xbox Connect. Alright, take our command pod and we put it right there, so it is right side up. Okay. There we go, backwards craft is now forward craft. That is a miracle of modern science, right? Alright, so something else we got to do now. This craft is not going to fly very well. I wish we could have sucked it up to the side, but this is how it wants to connect, this is how we'll play ball. But we need to make it even, so what we do is we click it off, and then we turn on symmetry, and we make 2. So now unbalanced on one side, it is now balanced on 2. Except we really don't need 2 rovers. Maybe we do. Alright, you know what, I have a great idea. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this off. We're going to take this off. We're going to put this here. Like it was before. And then when we drop... Actually, I don't think I want it that way. Hold on. Wonder if we can... Okay, now I mess it all up. So put down Control Z. Okay, now it's got it the same way on both sides. Okay, well that's alright, we fixed it, we double fix. Because I had symmetry on the whole time anyway. I wanted to flip this. Okay, now it doesn't want to attach. Okay. I see what I did. Control Z again. Rocket design is fun. Alright. Pull that off of there. Want to flip it upside... No, that's not it. Flip it upside down. How about that? Then we can land upside down. And then land on wheels. That will be kind of strange. No, that's not how we want to do that. Okay, let's do it down here. And do upside down. Alright, that'll be fun. We might hit the engine on the way down, but that is no big deal. Because it will just blow up and this will be heavy enough to bring craft down. Alright, so... we did a pretty good job. Now we need to make the launch vehicle, right? Actually, let's make some struts. Let's do some strut making, because this is going to not want to stay together. So I think we use 3 strat method. Okay. I wonder if that will even fly like this. Let's rename this to Suckmost Launcher. Oh yes, we need to fix, we need to make one of these ends of the craft the front of the craft. So let's put control pod up to it. Alright. Looks like I still have symmetry on, which I do not want to have on. This Daku clamp back on here. Alright, now we're looking good. Okay, but these wheels are going to be kind of close. Probably don't need two sets of wheels. So let's take those off. Hopefully it weighs enough on each side to cancel it out. How much do those wheels weigh, you think? They're probably pretty heavy, aren't they? 1.25, yeah, so that's 2.5 tons we just get off, and we add over here. So what do we want to do, you think? Let's try launch, see what happens. We'll save this, we'll launch this. Save this, launch. Okay, for whatever reason it is not making the launch. I hope it's saved okay. We'll just do it manual way. Okay. So it appears now we cannot leave the launcher. We have picked up the button. It is attached to our thing. Okay, this is probably not good. So let's try loading Suckmost Launcher, see if it saves the way we had it. Okay, and it did not. So all that work that we do, it is now all gone. Alright, so we start over from the scratch, alright? So we take that, pull from there, put that to anywhere except that it won't. So we turn on part clipping, put it there, turn part clipping back on, Alt F12. Alright, so what did we do? We did aces, we did this thing, we put Daku clamp on. It'll be so much faster designing everything second time. Lots of people will be discouraged, they think that they have failed, they will not want to do anything else, but rocket design is like this, you know. Sometimes the NASA scientists, right, they're designing their rocket, they're building it, they have massive production error because of did the clip wrong. And in real life you do not have cheat menu, alright, you cannot turn clipping off. So it is very hard for them. Alright. So we did that. What am I doing? Text. Put that nice and low. Make sure we can still put main cell engine on. Okay. So now we turn symmetry off. Turn one end into command pod. There we go. Command pod, we turn other end into Daku clamp center. This is kind of annoying. There we go. Alright, Daku clamp one end, front on the other, take wheel off. Alright, change to Suckmost Launcher, save, launch. Okay, we have same problem. Why do you suppose we have same problem? Actually, this is not what I want to do. Let's see what happens if I send both things the same way. Is that better? That is better. I wonder why that is. Huh. Yeah, let's try real quick to fly it, see what happens. Oh yeah, we did not put struts in, but it is flying, and it is flying straight, so that is a very good sign. If you can fly straight like this, But then again, sides are both even, so that defeats the entire purpose. Alright, so let's try landing this manner, see if it is even possible. Okay, we don't want to fall too fast, we don't want to fall too slow. Land about several meters. Hopefully we're not going to land on even surface, that's not going to help. Alright, not landing on even surface, and then I realized that at last minute and kind of panicked and stopped caring. Threw us off, but I think we'll be better on Moon. It'll be easier on Moon. So, go back to vehicle assembly building. Looks like our Kerbal not lived, so that's good. Potted it twice. Okay, let's try again to make this rocket one way, not two way. Throw command pod. Top of there. But it does not want to connect because everything is being funny. Alright. We need wheels. Wheels. Symmetry is very funny on this now, so got the hope that we're doing this a little bit right. Put it all the way on back, except that we can't. Okay, so we put it the only place that we really can. So why that is, it does not want to go straight. Does not want to line up. Okay, if we do it any other way now, it is not going to take. How about over here? Is it going to get on any better? No, it does not. Alright, so I really want a wheel in middle. That doesn't look like it's going to be possible. This is going to be a higher wheel. That's just going to cause problem. I don't even know if it will drive like that. Alright, well, we messed up anyway because we need to lower all this. So, let's just go as low as we can get. Alright, and to play with wheels some more, see if we can get it to work. But it doesn't look like we are able to, so wonder how well it is going to work with wheels at either end but not in middle. I don't think it's going to be very stable. Well, we will give it a shot. We may not have much of a choice. You know what we can do? We can make this wheel all jack up too, how about that? It's kind of weird how that works. Symmetry is definitely all kinds of screw up. Oh. If we take off all these wheels. That one does not even want to connect now. Let's try save and load. That's just as I thought. Wheel has magically disappeared. So you see, rocket surgery is very complicated. Alright, so throw wheel back on. It is three-way symmetry. That is very weird. Alright, so we'll do wheel one at a time. Looks like there's really only one way you can place it anyway, so shouldn't be too terribly hard to get all the wheel even and steady. Alright. Alright, we're doing much better, I think. We just do everything manual. Hopefully it drive okay. Now we got oh shoot, except I did want wheel in middle. So undo. Let's check out our action group, which we will probably have to rebuild. Action group of 1 is drills. Make sure we get them all, which we did not. Toggle drill, toggle drill, toggle drill, toggle drill. Alright, now solar panel, toggle panel, toggle panel, toggle panel, toggle panel, excuse me, toggle panel, toggle panel. Toggle panel, toggle panel, toggle panel. Right, now that is there, we will save. Go back to here. Don't need 2 of these. No, except it's going to make me take off both anyway. So we just put 1 right there. Okay. Wonder if that will fly, but we will find out shortly. We're going to build some struts now. Strut right there. Strut 2. We're going to turn on symmetry. Strut to there. Does that work? Yes, it works. Reduce strut to there. Right there. Alright, back to thingamabobber. Alright, so let's take these back up. It's mostly center. So let's go ahead and build our launch stage, our lift stage. We're going to use standard asparagus with mainsail engine. The reason I do it the way I do it, because clipping causes all kind of problems. So you just do one at a time and then you use your multi-phase to build asparagus. Did that all wrong? What do we build? Fuel tube. Go. Let's make some strutting. We're getting into lots of parts now. It's starting to lag in the web. Recording software is not helping. Let's add another set of these here. Alright, now let's set up our asparagus type stage. Then our other asparagus type stage. Alright, so we got 2, 4, 6 engine. We also want this other one in the middle to line up. Then it will use that one, and then we'll go to this engine. Okay. So if I configure this properly, we should be able to get up into space. So let us save this game and try launch. Okay, we have debris, but that is okay. We'll clear the launch pad. I wonder if this is stable enough to launch. I might need launch clamp. It is very possible I will need launch clamp. This will give in on itself as soon as I get the launch pad. So do not be alarmed. This is working as intended. Alright, survey says... Okay, all kinds of weird things going on. Let's turn on our flight computer, throttle up engine, and take off. Okay. That is bad. Physics break, everybody die. So it is tragic, but we will... Oh, we go to tracking stations, the web. We'll fix this up pretty easily. It just needs some struts. Always just more struts. It is important we make strut from each fuel tank to up here. Throw the turn symmetry on. Just plug it in wherever you think it will go. Lots of struts, strutting stuff, right? Okay, that will have to do. Let's try again with new launch. It seemed to be okay without launch clamp, because if this is not flopping up and down on top of these, if it is all held together, it should launch pretty straight. I don't like using launch clamps when I don't have to, because they leave debris on the field and it is very messy. Flight computer on, engine is throttle. Do we have takeoff? Alright. So it's flying pretty straight, even though balance is off, it is staying right in the middle. So I think we did a pretty good job, and you can actually see how it will fit together right there. See? It will all plug together just like that, turn into one giant mine rig. It's like if you like to play Minecraft, you might like to play mine rig. First engine is gone. Still got plenty more to go, so stay tuned. Launching is probably the most frustrating part of game, because you know you wait a long time just to see if it even works. Because we know that these engines are going to burn fine now, right? We know we're going to get through this separation, we're going to get through next separation, because it is already flying straight. We do not have hint of wobble. Well, we have hint of wobble, but we don't have, you know, wobble to be concerned about. So it is all just waiting game. Okay, 1 minute into flight, we are just waiting game. But that is real spaceflight too. I don't know if you watch real spaceflight, but they get up there and they just burn for a while. And they're like, "Are you feel okay?" And they're like, "I feel okay." They're like, "Okay." And that's it, you know, that's spaceflight. Alright, so we've got good speed, we've got good altitude. Once we hit 10,000 meter, we'll do gravity start turn. Looks like we start a little bit of rotation. We're going to go very slow on gravity type turn, because craft like this is very top heavy. You can easily lose its control. Okay. It's very hard to control without ACES on. So we're going to go ahead and just find 90 degrees. It does not want to find 90 degrees. Just point straight at wherever it was we were. So, we've got good altitude now. We're climbing toward apoapsis of 20,000 meters. We are spinning, but that is fine. It is controllable spin. Correct it as soon as we get out of atmosphere, which we are almost there. Just several dozen thousand more meters. last set of booster rockets depart. We have nice steady flying. Alright, we're still climbing. Going to throttle up as much as we can. Keep ourselves pointed 90 degrees. Engine is starting to overheat. Probably accelerate a little more once we get out of the atmosphere. Okay, we are accelerating very slow now. We probably should have waited a little bit longer for gravity turn. But we did not. So we're going to work with what we've got. If worst case scenario, we've got this other engine here that we can use. And we can always refuel with these docking clamps onto that thing to get to Minmus if we have to. But we'll see what happens once we get a little higher up. We're still looking good. We are still go for flight, as the kids might say. Should have probably moved those down a little bit further. Landing is going to be very dodgy. I think maybe, depending on how much fuel we have left, maybe we'll go to Moon first for sample landing. Because if you can land on Moon, we can definitely land on Minmus with this thing. 37 seconds to apoapsis at 50,000 meters, give or take. Okay, we are definitely going to end up losing this stage earlier than I wanted. I think we can still easily make stable orbit though, and then probably refuel mid-flight. Apoapsis 54,000 meters, we have just enough to escape most of atmosphere. Okay, what we're going to do real quick here, we're going to correct this spin. Or do our best. Maybe RCS would help. Alright, we got most of it stopped. Going to get to 90 degrees. We are going to start accelerate with new engine. Now that we have gyro, we can turn a little bit better. We're going to turn towards horizon if we can. Okay, this plane does not want to... Okay. Does not want to let me control it, because it is so bulky and not in the good way. So, okay. So this is unfortunate now that we are not going to make it. We're going to have to, in order to save Bill Kerman, we're going to have to drop the rovers. Okay, accelerate a little bit to get away from them. And see, like this we really can't turn it. Alright, we don't want to get too far out of the way. We're going to go ahead and lock onto retrograde. Oh, okay, it is spinning like Larkbird. That's weird. Okay, let's correct spin. Okay, we definitely have balance issues, although I'm not sure where, because there's really nothing on this craft except for Doco clamp. Maybe some strut knob. Let's go ahead and accelerate towards retrograde. Okay, now we're fine. Once spinning is stopped, we become fine. So we're going to reverse our orbit real quick. You don't need to burn retrograde, we just burn towards 270. At horizon, we're going to go back to KSC. Alright. Mission has failure. We are going now back to KSC. I don't have a whole heck of a lot of fuel. I don't think we're going to make it all the way there. But let's go ahead and land in water here. They will be able to rescue us and everything will be okay. So we point towards retrograde. We've got a lot of velocity to kill off, especially since we're so low at 1000 meters per second. Go ahead, burn at full max, even though that will overheat the engine. Okay. This is okay, Bill, you are going to live. Even though there are no parachutes on your rocket, you are going to be just fine. For nice powered descent to Kerbal. This is a very powerful engine. You can stop pretty much on dime. Let ourselves fall a little bit further. No use wasting time and fuel with long descent. Bill is happy, he knows. He's a good pilot. He's going to be safe. 130 seconds or so we will be down there. So we're going to hold speed at about 100 meters per second. We have plenty of fuel to make it to bottom. At least for right now. Terrain point right at retrograde. To fuel down a little bit. 10,100 meters falling. We are still nominal. How are you feeling, Bill? Are you feel okay? I think you feel okay. Okay, we have a benefit of knowing exactly how far above ground that we are, because this is at sea level and we are exactly 7,500 meters. We will increase fuel a little bit so that we do not hit the ground too fast. Holding steady, about 90 meters per second. We're at 6,000 meters and falling. Does this remind you of anything? System still nominal. 80 meters per second at 5,200 meters and falling. Plenty of fuel, 239 liquid fuel units. Bill's having some doubts now because we are getting very low and we are still going very fast, but this is all controlled. 200 units of fuel left at 3,500 meters. Fuel efficiency is dropping. It's okay, we still have plenty of fuel. 3,000 meters and dropping. 175 units of fuel. 79 meters per second and falling. So we're getting very close to bottom. 1,500 meters and falling. Bill is starting to look up and wonder where space has gone. Maybe take a wrong turn at Albuquerque. Okay, we're going to start slowing down a lot more right now. As we drop below 600 meters. .400 meters. 26 meters per second drop. Okay. Now it's time to finesse. Okay, we run out of fuel. That was not part of the plan. But Bill lives anyway, because I am very good pilot. I mean, he is very good pilot. Alright. Come on out, Bill, say hello. Yay, am I on the moon? No, you are not on the moon. You are in the Earth, or Kerbal. Alright, so that's a good place to end the first episode, I suppose. We designed good Rover, but we just need to get it to space better, which we will do next time, no problem. We'll throw some RCS on the rocket so we can turn when we need to. Maybe we throw some rocket boosters on it to get it up to space faster and better. But we know what we're working from. So, I'll see you next time. I've got to go to work now. Thank you for watching.